Welcome to the Structure Studios online video series. This video will explain construction page layout. In this stage, you will lay out your construction plans to print or export. The first time you enter page layout, a prompt will ask you to set your default settings. Select your page size from the drop-down, set the scale with the drawing scale slider or drop-down arrow, and enter the page margins. The paper size will match these settings. We'll set our default to 17 by 11 with 1/8 scale and press OK to close the window. To change your defaults, reopen this window at any time from the configuration menu. For this video, we'll set our snaps menu to turn on point, line, and grid. We'll also set the angle to world angle. The design appears inside a box on the main page. This box is called the 2D view and is one of several options we can add to the plan. At the bottom of the page is the Page Name tab. By default, this page is titled Main Page. To the right of the name is a gear icon. Click the gear to open the Construction Page Options window. Click the Page Name field and type Basic Training. The page size drop-down allows you to select a different size than your default. We'll change the page size to 11 by 8.5. We can also set the paper orientation, print the grid on the page, change the margin size, and add a border. In the drop-down, set the border to a solid line. Once the page is set, press OK to close the window. Since we reduced the page size, the 2D view no longer fits on the page. It's important to keep our plan inside of the margins. Anything outside of the margins will not print. With the mouse wheel, zoom out to see the whole 2D view. Then hold down the scroll wheel to pan the page. With the Move tool, we can adjust the size. Click the 2D view to select it. A gray border with resized boxes appears. Hover your cursor over the bottom right corner. Our cursor becomes a diagonal line with 2 arrows. Click and hold down the left mouse button to drag the box to fit on the page. Now click the resize box on the side. Hold down the left mouse button until the 2D view fills the left 2/3 of the page. To move the 2D view, hover your mouse in the middle of the view and hold down the left mouse button. Once you release the button, the 2D view will stay at the new location. We can also rotate the view. Activate the Rotate tool. Click and hold down the left mouse button. Now as we move the mouse, the view will rotate. Once we release the mouse, the 2D view will stop rotating and stay in place. To see the entire project in the 2D view, press Auto Zoom at the top of the screen. This button centers the view on the entire project. In the panel, the scale of the 2D view updates automatically based on the scale needed to fit the view. To adjust the scale, uncheck Custom Scale to activate the scale slider. Click the down arrow to see the available engineering scales and standard scales. We'll set the scale to standard 1/16. Above the scale slider is the Pan tool. This allows us to adjust the position of the project within the 2D view. Activate the Pan tool. Our cursor becomes a hand. Click and hold down the left mouse button to move the design inside the 2D view. Next, we have Object Settings. Click the Object Settings button in the panel to customize the 2D view. At the top of the window, the markup layers determine what appears on the 2D view. Add the markup pencil to have the 2D view match the hide/unhide settings and markup. Add a red X to hide the layer. Add a green eye to show everything on the layer. Each 2D view can have unique settings. This allows us to create specific plans for each trade, such as plumbing, electrical, or triangulation for a dig plan. Once our options are set, press OK to close the settings window. We can also add images, text, and legends to our page. Click the Insert Object button in the panel to see the options. The first option is 2D View. This will insert another 2D view on our page. 2D views automatically update if you return to previous stages and edit the design. 3D view. The 3D view adds an interactive screenshot of the project. The view can be adjusted once inserted. Image. Add images of your design or other elements from your computer. Logo. Add your logo to the plan. If your logo was added in project information, it will automatically be selected. Or you can upload the logo from your computer. Text table. Add a table of text to your plan and set how many columns and rows are needed. Smart Data Block is exclusive to VIP 3D and allows you to display automatic detailed calculations of your project. This includes perimeter, rebar, square footage, turndowns, and more. Pool Depth Profile is available in Pool Studio and VIP 3D and adds the side view profile of the pool depth. Plant Legend. Add a legend of all the plants and trees in your design, including symbols, quantity, and name. Item Legend. Add a legend of library items in your design, including symbols, quantity, and name. Line Style Legend. Add a legend of line styles and category. Fill Style Legend. Add a fill legend of fill styles and category. Markup Symbol Legend. Add a legend of markup symbols, quantity, and name. North Symbol. Add a north symbol that matches the orientation set in Stage 1 project information. First, we'll select the Pool Depth Profile and press OK to add it to our page. The Pool Depth Profile Options window allows us to add a box title, set the font style, alignment and background, and add a border. Once our options are set, press OK. The Pool Depth Profile is attached to our cursor. Center the profile on the top right side of the page and click to place it. Next, we'll add a plant legend. Click Insert Object in the panel. Select Plant Legend and press OK. The Legend Settings window displays a preview of the legend at the top. Use the Legend Items list to select which plants appear on the legend. Press the arrow next to the category name to expand the list. Add a red X to remove a plant from the legend. All plants with a green check mark will be included. Turn on Box Title to add Plant Legend at the top and select Center Alignment. Click the Color button next to Background to add a color or fill pattern behind the text. The Color and Fill Style window allows us to set the appearance. Our preview at the top updates automatically. We can also customize the header and body text styles and set the number of columns and margins. We'll set our column margins to 1 and turn on grid lines to add lines separating each plant type. Once our options are set, press OK. The plant legend is attached to our cursor. Move the legend below the Pool Depth Profile and click to place it. Once the legend is set, we can save it as a template in the library. With the plant legend selected, open the library and click the Save button in the bottom left corner. Selected Objects is the Save type. Select the Blocks category and then the My Groups type. We'll name our template Plant Legend and click OK to save it. This legend can now be inserted in future projects and will update the plants and trees. We can also save the entire page as a template in the library. Click off the page to make sure nothing is selected. Then click the Save button in the bottom left corner. When saving the entire page, Page Layout is the save type at the top. This will save all of the objects and their layout as a template. Select the Pages category. We'll name our template Basic Training and click OK to save it. This template can now be inserted in future projects. We also see additional page templates in the library. Double-click to insert it. The new page template is now added. Our original page is still there too. Click on the Page Name tab to move between pages, or hold down the left mouse button to drag the pages and reorder them. Let's complete the details on the 17 by 11 page. First, we'll adjust the 2D view. Select the 2D view and activate the Pan tool. Hold down the left mouse button until the project is centered on the backyard. Next, we'll edit the text on the template. Use the scroll wheel on the mouse to zoom in to the top right corner of the page. Then hold down the scroll wheel to pan. Activate the Move tool. First, we'll enter the perimeter of the pool. When we double-click the word perimeter, it will highlight in blue. This means we can update the text. Since the text has label text and underline on, the text block is divided into two sides, standard text on the left and a line on the right to add text. Double-click the line next to perimeter and enter 108 feet. Once the text is entered, press the Tab key on your keyboard to move to the next text box. We can also add a background to text boxes. Let's remake the pool specs header. Select it and press Delete. Then activate the Text tool. Move your cursor to the top of the pool section and click to place the new text box. We'll type Pool Specs. Use the resize boxes to extend the box on both sides to the grid lines. In the panel, we'll turn off label text and underline. Then head to the library to select the background. Click Fill Patterns and then Basic to view the options. Double-click Solid to apply it. The text should be white to match the other headers. Click the Color button next to Font in the panel. Select White on the Color Picker window and press OK to apply it. The last change we need to make is to center the text. Click Center a Line in the panel. Using the Text tool, we'll fill in the rest of the plan. Double-click a line to enter the data. Then press Tab to move to the next box. VIP 3D members can have their plans completed automatically with exclusive access to Smart Data blocks. In the library, each template has a basic and Smart Data option. Double-click the 17 by 11 Smart Data thumbnail to insert it as a new page. Use the scroll wheel on the mouse to zoom into the top right corner of the page. Then hold down the scroll wheel to pan. Under Pool Specs, all the data from the project is already entered. The perimeter of 108 feet we entered manually on the basic template is already filled in. This information is generated automatically from Smart Data and saves us a lot of time versus typing each value in. Let's add additional information to this page. Click Auto Zoom at the top of the screen to see the entire page. We need to make room on the page for additional information. Select the 2D view. Click the right side Resize box to align the view with the line below. Click Auto Zoom to center the project. In the open space, we'll add a new Smart Data block for our pergola. Click Insert Object in the panel. Select Smart Data Block and press OK. Add a green check mark next to pergolas to add pergola specs to the plan. Check the arrow next to the box to expand the category and see what's included. Since all of the components of our pergola use the same material, we'll add a red X next to slat material, rafter material, and column material. The preview updates as we make changes. To have this header match the other headers on the page, click the Color button next to Background. Select the black color swatch and press OK to apply it. The last step is to verify the data. We want to confirm all shapes are drawn correctly and set to scale. Also verify the data takes into account overbreak, over-excavation, voids, rock displacement, and settlement. Once the data is confirmed, add a green check mark next to I verified the Smart Data calculations and press OK. The Smart Data block is attached to our cursor. Move the block next to the pool specs and click to place it. Now we'll add an image of the pergola next to the pergola specs. Click Insert Object. Select 3D View and press OK. The window shows a default view of the project and camera locations from photo mode. Select View 2 and click OK to add it to the page. Place the image between the 2D view and pergola specs. Click the Resize box on the bottom left corner to fit the image in the space. To adjust the view, double-click the image. Use standard 3D controls to zoom into the pergola and then pan and rotate to get the right angle. We can even press N to adjust the time of day. Once you're happy with the view, click the page to lock the view in place. Below the pergola, let's add a 3D view of our fire pit seating area. Click Insert Object. Select 3D View and press OK. Select the default view and click OK to add it to the page. Place this image below the view of the pergola. Click the Resize box on the right side to extend the image over. Double-click the image and use Zoom, Rotate, and Pan to focus on the seating area. Click the page to lock the view in place. To indicate where the seating area is on the 2D view, we use the drawing tools. In Page Layout, we draw on top of the paper. Anything drawn in this stage will not have a scale. All measurements should be added in a design stage or construction markup. Activate the Line tool. Click the fire pit in the 2D view to start the line. As we move our mouse, the line only moves in 45-degree angles. In the Snaps menu, we have our angle snap set to world angle. Let's set our angle snap to none. Now as we draw the line, we have total freedom of movement. Draw the line to the fire pit in the 3D view and click to place it. Click again to stop drawing. In the panel, set the line to dashed and thickness to 2. If we move or adjust the 2D or 3D view, the line remains where it was drawn on top of the paper. We can also use the Line tool to add lines between information. Activate the Move tool. Select the line below the 2D view. Click the top purple endpoint and hold down the left mouse button to drag the line to the top margin. The line is below our 3D views. In the panel, click the double up arrows under Page Layers to move the line to the top of the page. To change the order of objects on the plan, such as the 2D view and Smart Data blocks, click the Visual Stack buttons under Object Settings. These buttons control what appears on top. Now we'll add the plant legend we saved to the library as a block. On this page, we don't need the Pool Depth profile, so we'll delete it. Click the Pool Depth Profile text box and press Delete. Then click the profile and press Delete. We now have enough room to add the plant legend. In the library, add a check mark next to blocks to see the options. Double-click Plant Legend to add it to the page. Place the plant legend below the 3D view. Next, we need to add our logo. This template includes a block to add an image. Simply double-click the block to add the logo from your computer. Let's delete this block for now to add a logo with Insert Object. Click Insert Object in the panel. Select Logo and press OK. If your logo was added in Project Information, it will automatically be selected, or you can upload the logo from your computer. The logo is on our cursor, but it's too large for the page. We can use the Scale tool or Resize boxes to reduce the size. Align the left corner of the logo with the left margin and click to place it. Click the top right corner and hold down the left mouse button to drag the logo to fit on the space. To move the logo, hold down the left mouse button and center the logo in the area. Once you release the mouse button, the logo will stay the new size and location. In the panel, set the border to None to remove the border around the logo. To the right of our logo, we have a section to add details about the property. Let's remove these text boxes and add a text table instead. To select multiple boxes at once, left-click above the first text box. Hold down the left mouse button and move your mouse down to create a box around all the boxes. Once the box covers the area, release the left mouse button. With all of the text boxes selected, press Delete on your keyboard. Now click Insert Object in the panel. Select Text Table and press OK. In the Text Table settings, turn off Box Title and set rows to 6 and columns to 2. Once our options are set, press OK. Move the text table in the open space below the 2D view and click to place it. To resize the column, Hover your mouse over the line of the table on the right. When your cursor shows a line with 2 arrows, hold down the left mouse button. As you move your mouse, a purple dashed line appears marking the new size. When you have the width you need, release the left mouse button and the table will resize. Use this same technique to move the center line. To add text to the table, click a cell and type the information. Click the arrow in the right corner to add borders. Hold down Shift on your keyboard to select multiple cells. When multiple cells are selected, press the arrow in the right corner to merge the cells. The last object we'll add to our page is a north arrow. Click Insert Object. Select North symbol and press OK. Select your favorite arrow style from the menu and press OK to add it to the page. We'll move our arrow to the bottom right corner of the 2D view and click to place it. The symbol matches the orientation set in Stage 1, Project Information. Using these techniques, we'll finish creating the pages we need for our project and then print or export the plans. In the main menu, click Print or press Ctrl+P to bring up the Print Preview window. Here we see a preview of what will be printed. Click Printer Setup to adjust your printer settings and paper size. We can also export our pages to other formats. In the main menu, click Export, then PDF. The PDF is saved in the project folder for easy access. This completes instruction on construction page layout. Thanks for watching. For more information, please visit structurestudios.com/help.